Okay, this is interesting. Hello, what is up, everyone? My name is John Farrar. I probably shouldn't have to introduce myself on my own YouTube channel, but I hardly ever upload anymore. So a lot of you guys probably don't know who I am, and that makes me kind of sad. I've gained like a few new subs since I got this new job with Optic and the Outlaws and everything, which is cool. I'm honestly kind of heartbroken that I have just let this channel kind of like die, I guess, quote unquote die. To me, it feels like it's dead. I still, like, in my life, my number one, okay, maybe not number one goal, but like top 5 goals as a career, like not like life goals, but like career goals, has always been since like my sophomore year of high school, is to make enough money to live on my YouTube channel. And that had never happened, and it still has not happened, and I'm not even close. And like the fact that I kind of gave up on it when I got this other job that like is now my career makes me really sad, because this is my biggest passion. But also, just so you guys know, this video is just like me talking. Some people, I don't know, like, so I guess my point is I'm not going to cut this at all. It's just going to be raw. It might be really long. I have like 40% battery left, and this happens all the time where I start recording something and then I forget that my battery's low. And since it doesn't have a flip out screen on the camera that I use, I don't know when my camera dies if no one else is here. And so there's a good chance that like it might die halfway through the video and I'll be talking to myself with a dead camera for like 20 minutes. But let's hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, I also ramble a lot. A lot of people probably don't care about stuff like that I just described, but that's just what I do. So I'm gonna try not to ramble and try and give stuff that you guys are interested in, or hopefully. But one thing that kind of sucks to me, in my opinion, is it feels like my channel, it doesn't feel like I have like my own fan base. I don't feel like I have like Narwhal fans, you know what I mean? Like I definitely have a few. I'd say I have like 20 people that like I know will watch and comment on every single video. But I'd say like most of the 3,000 people have like subscribed because I made a video for Rommel Dockery, or I made a music video for Ivan B, or they see my comments on Outlaws videos and they're like, oh, that's the camera dude, I'll go subscribe just because, you know what I mean? And to someone like me, I've always prided myself on like, I never want to just be a cameraman, you know what I mean? I don't want to just be the guy who's behind the lens the entire time. I have a personality, and I think that I'm like I like to think I'm an interesting person. Maybe that's just my ego being like a cocky asshole, but I like to think like I'm interesting and I can give insight on stuff that maybe people will find interesting. And I don't ever want to, like, that's why I've never wanted to work in like the corporate side of like media. I don't really know if that's the right way to describe it. I don't know all the technical terms, but I'd never want to be someone who like films like the news, or like, you know what I mean? Or just someone who like films a reality TV show, because they're never like appreciated, I feel like. And it's not like I need this constant reassurance, because like I take pride in what I do, but it's like I want to, like, that's the fun part, at least for me. One of the reasons why I like my new job with the Houston Outlaws, and if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll try and like break it down at some point in this video. But I don't know, like my mind, I bounce all over the place, so it might be like from here and then it goes somewhere all the way over there, and it makes no sense, but that's just how my mind works. So hopefully you guys can kind of follow me. But I don't even know what I was saying, honestly. I'm just trying to start this off by like setting the stage with everything. But I guess my point is, I have always wanted to be a YouTuber, and I still want to be a YouTuber, but it's been very, very difficult trying to like find the time. Because when I was not working full-time as a videographer, like, you have all the time in the world to make videos, especially when I was just going to school. But now it's like, and everyone has this as an excuse, like, oh, I don't have time. And I think that's like a bullshit excuse. There definitely has been time when I easily can make videos, but it's like, when I'm filming and editing for the Houston Outlaws, which is a professional gaming team, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I now work for a professional gaming team that is a part of Optic Gaming. So that's really cool. That's like, I get to rep Optic gear now, and it's cool to say that, because for the longest time, like as a kid growing up, like I literally wanted to be an Optic and like FaZe and all the big gaming teams, and now I'm working for one. doing what I like. So it's really cool. But like I said, there's been time to make videos for me, but it's like, I don't want, how do I word it? Casey Neistat said it one time where he's like, you can't let perfection be the enemy of good enough. And I think that explains it perfectly. Like, I am such a perfectionist, like in literally every aspect of my life, I'm a perfectionist. And it's a great thing. I think it's really good to be a perfectionist when you're like an editor and a videographer. And I think the quality of my videos has gone up exponentially since I got this new job, because literally like 12 hours of my day is consumed with filming and editing. And then it's just like, it's almost exhausting for me when, like, I'm such a perfectionist that I want every single video that I make to be better than my last one. And if 12 hours of my day is spent for the Outlaws videos, making them better and better and better, and then I'm a perfectionist, right? So I want my videos on my own channel to be the best thing I've ever uploaded. Like, there's just not enough hours in the day to make everything better than the last. And I'm starting to realize that I just kind of have to accept that. And like something like this, like that's why I'm finally making something like this, because this is not higher production than my videos that I make for the Outlaws, but I'm getting over that like mental barrier and just I'm not letting perfection be the enemy of good enough. And I would much rather just put out content so you guys can like see me and hear me talk, even though that's a very cocky thing to think that people actually care about what I have to say. But I don't know. I just like doing stuff like this. This is almost like therapeutic for me too. But hopefully that makes sense to you guys. That's where my headspace has been at. That's why I haven't really been making videos, is because I felt like they couldn't be good enough to my own personal standards. And still to this day, like, I know I shouldn't, but I really do care about like numbers. I try not to care about numbers. But when I have like, I think I have like 3,200 subscribers, which is amazing. And I love that. And I appreciate all of you who have taken the time to subscribe. But since I hardly ever upload, I get like, if you're not a creator, if you don't make videos, you probably won't understand this mindset or this feeling. But it's like, I take so much pride in how much work I put into like where I've got to where I am now, that if I upload a video and only like 100 people watch it, like it makes me feel like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like if I have 3,200 subscribers and only 100 of those people watch content that I make, it feels really bad. And I literally do not care about like ads or YouTube revenue or anything like that, because now like I have a career like that's separate from YouTube. So this is strictly like for fun, and I'd love it if it got to the point where I could do it as a career, but I don't know if that will ever happen. But this is just a passion of mine. But yeah, so I guess I'm trying to get over that and just say screw it, and if I like it, I'm just gonna upload it and not care about the numbers and just look at the positive comments and stuff. So that's where I've been at relating to that. What else? There's been so much that happened. It's really been crazy, honestly, to try and wrap everything up in like one video. But I am gonna do an apartment tour. So if you guys like semi-follow my journey or kind of know a little bit about me, I was in college and then I dropped out and then I moved back home to Seattle. And then a couple weeks after being home, Roger got me this job with with the Outlaws. And so I drove back down to California where I was before. And I was staying with my sister's boyfriend in his apartment, like living on the couch for like a month. And I finally got my own apartment and I'm in West Hollywood, which is cool. And like I said, another reason I haven't done an apartment tour is because I'm a perfectionist, and it's the same dilemma that I had before. Like, the apartment's all set up. Basically, I could do an apartment tour. I just haven't yet because I'm like, it's not gonna be good enough because it's so... One thing about being a videographer and any creator in general is you have to be inspired. Like you literally cannot force yourself to be creative. It does not work that way. And it's funny, like I could spend 10 hours trying to edit like an episode of Focus, which is the weekly documentary that I make like as my job. I do a documentary every single week along with some other things, but the documentary is the focus. I could spend 10 hours on it, and if I'm not inspired, I'll maybe get like 5 to 6 minutes done edited because I'm just that unproductive. But if I'm inspired and I feel it like in my heart, like, okay, now is the time to edit, I can do it. Like I'm in a creative mindset. I can edit like a 18-minute documentary in like 8 hours or 7 hours or 6 hours, like if I had to, and I just crank it out, you know? So that's one thing that's really important is I've been trying to get re-inspired and to not get burnt out with filming and editing, because when you do that every single day as your job, like 10 to 12 hours a day, the last thing you want to do sometimes is come home and film and edit more, like on your own, you know what I mean? So hopefully that makes sense. But so I moved in this apartment. It's all good to go. I can make a video. I will make a setup or a apartment tour video very soon. Let me know what you guys would like to see, if you want to see like a gaming editing setup, because I have a desk, I have like my monitors and my Xbox and my PC and my laptops and keyboards and all that stuff, which at least to me, like a video guru, like that's what I care about the most. So I might make those two separate videos or in the same video. I don't know. It's nothing crazy, honestly. Like, I'm not yet at the point where like people, you know how when some people get like quote unquote famous, like people who never talk to them, like, or at least you hear rappers and stuff talk about like, oh, like you never cared about me in high school, but then when I'm rich, you reach out to me or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not like that at all, because of one, I'm not rich in any sense of the word at all. I'm just like able to like pay rent and live. But it's just funny because like now that I'm actually got this job, like more people are like interested in what I'm doing. It's not like anyone's trying to like take advantage of me, but more people are like, yo, that's dope. Like, how can I get into it and stuff like that. And so that's been a cool feeling, I guess, is like, I actually like, I don't know. And one thing also that I want to mention is like, now that I've got this apartment, this is the first like tangible thing that to me has like when the first night I moved in here, I just laid down on the ground and I was like, I earned this. Like, I made this happen. And this, where I'm living right now, is like me and my dedication and hard work. And I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or make me sound like I'm like the greatest person ever, but like it was just such a cool feeling. And I want to encourage you guys, if there's something that you want, just like chase it and chase it and chase it until you grab it and you got it. And right now, like, I got something, you know what I mean? It's like my first catch, and I don't know, it was cool because it was like, I earned this. I went from learning like how to edit from YouTube tutorials with a shitty camera. I hated film school, so I dropped out of that, and I still made it happen on my own. And I feel like I proved some people wrong, and that was a pretty cool feeling. So yeah, what else? So yeah, like I said, I will do those videos soon. I'm doing a Q&A video soon. I actually just tweeted out on Twitter to like some of my fans on Twitter who maybe don't follow me on YouTube to ask me questions for a Q&A video, like literally anything you want, whether it's about my job or about life or about my friends or about videography or editing or my family or California or Seattle, like anything. Just leave comments down below. You can ask one question, you can ask 27 questions. I really don't care. So yeah, I'll upload that sometime soon too. I'd like to make videos once a week. I say that all the time, and then I just don't upload for like a month and a half. So I do want to be consistent. Like I said, this is one of my biggest passions. But what else? There's more. Let me check my battery real quick. Okay, so another thing, if you've been following me for a while, you might know that Optic Hitch was one of my biggest inspirations. He is the guy who creates vision for Optic Gaming, like kind of their first main like video documentary series that's like film based rather than like gaming based. And he was kind of like a pioneer, I guess, in a way. And it's cool now that like I literally work alongside him. And I don't even think he's like subscribed to my personal YouTube channel, so I doubt he'll ever see this, but I don't know, like he's a role model to me, or like an inspiration for me, just because he's kind of doing along the lines of what I want to do, and he has a successful personal YouTube channel, and he has like his own brand. He's not just the cameraman, he's Hitch, you know what I mean? So, and it's cool also, this is not related, but it's cool because in some of his videos recently, like some of his around the bar videos where he just talks, which is kind of why I'm doing this, because I've seen that he enjoys doing those and that makes him happy and his fans like it. So I'm just gonna try just talking for as long as I feel like talking, and if you guys like it, you like it. If not, well then I guess shit. I don't know. But he's mentioned me and Roger in some of his videos, and he's like given me props, and like that was another one of those moments where I sat back and I'm like, dude, like I worked for like 4 to 5 years like looking up to this guy, and now he's giving me props. and like I'm working with him, and that's, I don't know, it's really cool. But something that he does is he does a podcast, and I really want to get into something like that. I don't know if it would be. Also, one more thing that's kind of related to that is like, I could call it a podcast, but I don't want to go through all the effort of like getting fancy mics and lighting setups, because like, it's funny, like with this right now, I'm not using my good mics. I'm just using the mic on my camera. I'm not using my good lights or anything. I literally, like, I don't even know if this is in focus right now. And it's funny because for my job, everything's got to be perfect. And I use like the nicest mics and the nicest lights and the nicest everything I have. But like, that's kind of one of those things where like, I can't keep trying to like be perfect and everything, because I'm not inspired. I don't feel the urge to like put on a fancy mic and set up all the lights. I'd rather just put out content, because I don't know. It's just funny because I have all these things at my disposal to make my own videos look amazing, and I'd rather not. It's just kind of too much effort, and I was editing for like 12 hours yesterday, so I'm just like, I'm just not feeling it. So I don't know. That's just kind of funny to me, but yeah. So I want to do some sort of talking series, whether it's like this every single week or with one of my friends who is a creative person. I have a couple friends that are at film school that are like super talented, and a couple friends that are actors, and I don't know, like, let me know if you guys would want to see something like that, what direction you think I should take it, and like, give me feedback that would actually help, like something that you guys would actually watch, because sometimes I ask for feedback and everyone's like, oh yeah, like I'd watch it, and then you post it and like no one actually watches it, you know what I mean? So I don't know, but what else? I mean, most of the stuff that's changed in the past couple months when I haven't really been uploading is just like my work life. I guess when I got this job with Optic, I thought that things would feel different. Like, I posted a video on my personal Instagram, which I didn't post on YouTube because, once again, I felt like it wasn't good enough to post on YouTube. But if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Hey Narwhal. But I was kind of talking about how when I got this job, I thought in my head, like before I got the job, I thought when I get this job, I will be satisfied. Like, I will have reached it. I will have this feeling inside me of like, I've quote unquote made it. You know what I mean? And I think everyone feels like people who are ahead of where they are, like people who are where they want to be, they think that they've made it. Like, for the longest time I was like, oh, Hitch has made it. Like, Hitch is there. You know what I mean? And now that I'm kind of like got this job where I thought I would feel like I made it and feel some deeper sense of like fulfillment inside me, I still constantly every single day question like, is this what I want to do? Like, should I be doing something different? Am I working hard enough? Like, and that's just the way my mind is. Like, that's just the type of person I am. I'm a very deep thinker. I'm very philosophical, and like, I love deep conversations and stuff like that. But it's been a really weird experience for me because like, I got this job that I've been working for so many years, and then within the first couple weeks, I'm like, I don't feel inspired. I don't know if like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And I don't know why I felt that way. I don't know what I'm really searching for. All I know is like, I'm still searching. You know what I mean? I've also said the quote, you know what I mean, a lot, and I apologize for that, but I'm still searching for something, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be. And I'm starting to learn that I don't think I'll ever be where I want to be, you know? I think that I'll accomplish something really cool and feel great about it and post it, and the world will see it, and it gets a lot of views, and I'm like, damn, that felt really good. But then the next day, it's like, all right, what's next? And I think I'm starting to learn that there's always going to be that what's next type of thing. You're never just like satisfied, at least for me. So that's been weird, and it's been kind of like definitely depressing and like lonely at times, especially that I'm out here in California. Like, I'm by myself. I live by myself. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't really have friends. Like, kind of all I do is work and edit, which is part of work, and then play Fortnite with my friends from home, which is really fun. And another thing I want to mention, I don't know why I'm mentioning all these things. I guess it's just because I feel like maybe if I say it, it will somehow help someone else. It might help one of those fans who has been following me forever and actually like watches my videos all the way through, because I guarantee like 90% of people have clicked off by now. But for those 10% that are still here, for the longest time, I always thought that like I've always been a really hard worker for as long as I can remember. And that's not trying to be cocky. That's just like straight up, like I worked hard at stuff, and I wasn't always the best, but I definitely put in a lot of work. Like with basketball, I was not very good at basketball, but I was in the gym like 3 hours a day trying to get better, up until I decided I no longer wanted to do it, and then I just stopped. But for some reason, I had this preconceived idea in my head that like if you wanted to be successful, you had to cut out fun. And for me, like being unproductive and like not reaching your goals was equivalent to like having fun. And that's a really horrible mindset to have. And I finally started to learn that like you can work hard and also have fun at the same time, or like in the same day. Like for example, I don't know, I guess maybe it's because I watched like I'm a sucker for those like motivational speeches and like motivational videos, like the how bad do you want it stuff. Like I love stuff like that, and I know it's corny and cliche, and like they only kind of help because you can watch all those motivational videos you want, but if you don't actually go out and actually put in work, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't help you at all. And I'm fully aware of that. And luckily for me, like I kind of did both. Like I get inspired by these videos and then actually go out and do something. But for like literally a couple years, if I was doing something fun, I would literally feel guilty about it inside. Like let's say I wanted to play Xbox for like 2 hours. The whole 2 hours, I'm having fun, but in the back of my mind, and like when I go to sleep at night, I feel guilty because I'm like, someone else is putting in more work than me and more time than me. And it's just really an unhealthy thing. And I don't know if there's other people, I'm sure there's other people out there like me somewhere in the world that like want something so bad that they feel guilty about anything else that they do. And I hope that you guys can learn to like not do that, because I finally learned to like stop feeling guilty about having fun, because that's what life is all about. Like life is too short to just work 24/7. And don't get me wrong, like I like working, I like feeling accomplished after completing something, but at the same time I want to have fun, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. Don't beat yourself up over like having fun. But with that being said, if all you do is have fun and you don't work at all, then you probably should feel like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like if there's a day when I just play Xbox for 10 hours straight, I'm gonna feel like a piece of shit. And I think that's a fair feeling to have, unless you're a gamer, of course, and that's your job. I don't know, I guess the last thing I kind of want to talk about is when I dropped out of school, I was planning on because I didn't know I was going to get the job at all. Like I had no plan, I had no idea what I wanted to do. All I knew was I want to make a documentary, like a feature length, like an hour and 30 minutes plus, a documentary to submit to film festivals, which if you're not familiar with like the video or film world, there's like festivals that happen every year. Like you've probably heard of like the Sundance Film Festival. That's one of the biggest ones. And then there's literally hundreds of them every single year, all across the country, all across the world actually. And if you submit to a film festival and it gets accepted, which is very hard to do, but if it gets accepted, that can actually lead to a lot of big opportunities. Like your thing can get bought, your show can get bought by Netflix, or it can be bought by Amazon, or someone else can reach out and say, hey, we want you to make more of these. And like it leads to a lot of big opportunities for people. And that's how some people in the film world get started, is like film festivals. And so what I wanted to do was make a 90-minute documentary about something that I was passionate about, and that like was just 100% like what I wanted to do, not what anyone else said. Just ignore everyone else and what I love, and hope that what I loved like would come out good because I'm so inspired. And I have this idea. I've written up scripts about it, not like scripts, but outlines for this documentary. I don't want to like spill everything because I want it to kind of be a surprise and I want to make it myself. But now that I got this job, it's been hard to continue working on that documentary idea and to like actually find time to like interview people and to set up appointments to like meet with people. I'm still in like the pre-planning stage. So I guess my point is, I do want to continue to do that. And there are some big name people that I want to try and somehow find a way to get them to be in my documentary. And I don't know how, like Casey Neistat, for example. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Casey Neistat is. I want him to be in my documentary for like a segment, just like one of the many people that are interviewed in it. And I might make a video directed towards him and like ask him basically to be in it, because I think my idea is very, very unique. And all my film friends that I've talked to, like, no one has made a documentary about what I want to make this documentary about. And I think it's a very unique perspective. And so if I could get people like Casey Neistat and like, I don't know, like Sam Kolder. If you're in the video world, you know who Sam Kolder and Rory Kramer and other like huge videographers. I think that would be epic. So I might make some videos here and there, and if you guys could just support them and tweet at them to try and get them to be in my documentary, that'd be epic. I don't know how long it'll take. It'll probably be a year or 2 years or 3 years before I even make it, but it'd be pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. Like if the idea in my head can come into fruition and actually happen, I think it could be an epic documentary, and I think it could win some awards. I don't know, but that's all I really have for right now. I know I talked for a very long time, probably 30 minutes maybe. I don't know, but I guess I just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you're here, I honestly expect this video to get like 100 views maybe. That really hurts my heart, because like I said at the beginning, I want to be like my own brand. I don't want to just be the Outlaws camera guy. And so if you're watching, I appreciate you. If you're not watching, well, that I don't know what I'm saying. So anyways, have a great day. Drop a like if you guys want. If you don't want to, well then I'll go cry myself to sleep. But leave a comment also, because more comments is more fun. And you know what they say about fun? Don't feel like a piece of shit when you have fun. No one says that, but okay, I'm gonna just end it now. Have a great day. Peace out.